We're good.
He might. Oh, I think he heard it. They heard it. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a corner. I'm stuck. I got stuck. What is happening, man? Dude, I got stuck.
Oh. Yeah.
The day I found out that ranked was announced in Apex Legends, I was at my best. I finally just became healthy enough to start looking at screens, my monitors, TVs and stuff, even my phone, and I was even able to actually play video games for a change. In this video, I talked to a few Diamond and Apex Predator players to share information with me, along with some tips to help you guys grind for the top. These tips will hopefully help you and your squad become much better at rank, but also help you personally in grinding towards Apex Predator. To start with, we have the rules of ranked in Apex Legends. So you're simply just going to be competing against teams with the same or similar rank. If you have a pre-made team, you will play at the highest team member's rank. Your highest tier at the end of the season determines your season rewards. And then we have these things called rank points, which are also referred to as RP, that you earn each match, or you can lose them each match to climb to the top. You are awarded 1 RP per kill for up to 5 kills, so you get a total of 5 RP per game just from kills only. If you get 10 kills in a game, you will only get 5 RP. And then placement will also give you RP. Top 10 gives you 2 RP, top 5 gives you 4 RP, top 3 gives you 7 RP, and winning the game gives you 12 ranked points. So in total, if you do the simple math, if you win a game and get 5 kills, you get 17 RP. Each time you play ranked, there's an entry cost. Bronze has no entry cost, silver is 1 RP, gold is 2, plat is 3, diamond is 4, and Apex Predator is 5. So the maximum you can receive is 17 minus whatever the entry cost is for your rank. Each divisional rank will give you its own rewards at the end of each season, and it will be a badge for each rank, weapon cosmetic at gold and up, and a dive trail for diamond and up. After talking to Apex Predators over on PC, I had some more insight, and I have been putting matches with diamond players, but it is beyond hectic in diamond, and they say Apex Predator is hell. The first tip I have for you guys is to get a team. Although from bronze rank to gold, a team is not really necessary. You can solo queue for bronze, silver, and gold, but once you get into platinum rank, you are going to be pulling your hair out solo queuing in that mess. Having a pre-made team is almost essential, and not everyone has to be the best player, but everyone must be on the same page with callouts, rotating, and shooting as a team. If you are like me and don't have friends and doesn't have a team either, you can look on LFG Discord channels and websites to find players with similar interests or goals that you have with ranking up. Also, when you play with someone in the same division, it motivates everyone to be serious and play to the best of their ability because you all will be paying the same entry fee. So that's something to keep in mind. The next tip is that JUMPMASTER brings a mood. The JUMPMASTER may not seem important, but he is the first one to make a decision in-game to get to a location fast, land perfectly in specific areas, and to go somewhere safe. That's a lot to handle. Landing somewhere safe is particularly a location on the map where nobody's going but you and your team. Communication is important the second you leave the dropship because the two people that are attached should stay tied together just before they land, then they could separate, of course, at the very last second. But there's a specific reason for this, and that is because they are able to free look and look around to spot enemies either going to a close location or even the same area and what buildings they are going to be landing at. With this information, you know where enemies will be that may push you, or you could get a quick kill without them even being aware of their own surroundings. The next tip is your aim. Like any game, your aim has to do a lot with how well you perform. More specifically, your sensitivity shows how fast you can turn left and right while aiming down sights, or from hip fire. There is a customization feature in the game for controller players. I'm not sure if it's for PC because I play with a controller, but I do know that it is listed under controls and it is called advanced controls at the very bottom. You first off have to enable them, but if you don't feel like reading through all of them and fine-tuning everything, you can simply just use the normal presets that the game gives you with numerical values on the normal simple control screen. Now, I do not know how you play and what will work best for you. I only know what's best with me. So whatever you do to the controls is to your advantage and on your own time. I do show my control inputs on the screen if you would like to start from there, but the best way to test all of them out is in the training mode that the game offers us. What you should be looking for is the best way to snap to a target, and what I do is work on quickly turning and ADSing to their body, and then when you're more comfortable, switch to their head as it deals more damage, and headshots of course will kill them much more efficiently. There are a multitude of targets to shoot at both close up and far away, and you're even given every gun in the game with all the ammo you can ask for. So there's really no excuse to not practice. It's not something to rush, but to instead have fun with, as you can make up various ways to perfect your aim. And I would like to take a moment and ask that if you're enjoying so far to drop a like down below and consider sharing it with your friends. And if you are absolutely mad in love with my voice, think about subscribing. For the tips, of course. The next tip we have is healing. In ranked mode, you're going to be damaged continuously, even if you are just passing by a fight and not wanting to partake in it. Someone is most likely going to take a few shots at you and possibly just chase you, because in a fight, some teams get kill hungry and will literally just hunt you down. Syringes and shield cells are of great importance, and you should carry at least one stack of 6 of them on you at all times. Even when you have all the shield batteries in the world and med kits, they're still nice to have because it'll be a waste of time and a battery or a med kit to heal only 25 health or shield, especially when you are in a safe location. From what I've noticed playing with diamond and platinum players is that every team is going to have longbow, and since they break over 50 of your shield at a time during rotations, or they might just nick you a bit with an R301 or Hemlock at range, you're still going to need to heal up regardless, since you'll be at a disadvantage. If you can fully heal yourself, that's great. But if you are in a situation where you don't have enough time to pop off a med kit and a battery or just an entire Phoenix kit, then you will be forced to heal in small increments, which will become a norm to you in no time. The next tip we have is weaponry. I believe that choosing the meta guns are best to use, as they are the meta for a reason. On the screen right now is an incredibly useful chart to look at all the damages at different ranges, on what body parts, along with their hop ups and additional damage they do with that. It is also important to use a gun you're comfortable with. You can learn a weapon's recoil pattern in the training mode as well, which is incredibly useful, especially for weapons like the R99. Going back to the last tip, the longbow is incredibly useful, especially at range, since it is able to do over 50 damage in the body and will rip the shield off of someone in just 2 hits. 2 headshots will completely down an opponent, ripping off their shield, then destroying their health. And if you're going up against anyone with a helmet, however, you need skull piercing, but it will still 2-shot an opponent in the head. Even without it, it still gives you room to land 2 headshots and a body shot, or any combination of those that you like or are able to do at the time. And even the wingman is just as deadly and can be used to a greater effect at closer range. It's just a matter of what you like and handle the best. But one player on the team should be running some type of long-range weaponry, especially since Final Circle can leave enemies up high or extremely low under you. And when you see enemies running by or at range, you want to inconvenience them as much as possible and make them heal so you have time to push or scare them away. And most fights will happen medium to short range, so if you can lower their health at a farther range while you and your team are pushing at the same time, then they won't have time to heal, which puts you at an advantage and makes your life a whole lot easier once you get closer. The next tip is think before you fight. And giving some thought before you engage in a fight is what will be the smartest move you do. Thinking before you act should be common sense, but when we get caught up in the moment, things can get a little out of hand, which is normal, but learn from your mistakes and control it. Even if you have the easiest opportunity for a squad wipe, you could go over there and kill them in a second, but there could be another team right around the side or on top of that building or rock or whatever it is, and they're just waiting for your team to start looting, and they're going to catch you off guard and wipe you all out. After a fight, healing is important so you can finish looting and get ready for another battle, just in case another team is getting ready to third party. 2 members should loot at a time, I believe at a maximum, as one player is on top of everyone else on a building or somewhere up high, so they can see the entire surrounding area and scan for a potential incoming attack from a nearby squad or an area to go right after. They can be healing while doing this, so they won't be one shot to anyone, and it adds a great benefit to your team. So instead of that being a surprise attack, you now know someone's going to be pushing you and you'll be ready for it. The next tip I have is to run Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a hugely important figure to run in ranked because of his mobility, agility, and the ability to perform extremely well. It does not mean it is the end of the world for your team if you do not use them. Beacons will make rotations so much more efficient, making your life easier and giving you the upper hand. Knowing endgame where the circle will be is of great importance. You have an upper hand on everyone else, and you can get to the right spot before anyone else does. With the amount of damage that the circle does, you do not want to be caught in it, as it will damage your health and is made to kill you. This increased storm damage was added to the game in Season 2 to keep players from healing outside of the storm and throwing a bunch of nades at a group of people inside of it. More specifically, that was for Final Circle. It does add for a great victory in Season 1, but the increased damage now in Season 2 changed the game to keep you as far away as possible from the storm. So if someone mains Pathfinder and uses him well, don't be afraid to remind him to use a nearby beacon because it might save your lives. The next tip I have is to run WATTSON. At the end of a game, WATTSON can lock down a building better than Caustic. Her traps can be hidden out of the way so players are forced to go through and shoot them, as with Caustic, you can usually just bait the traps or find an angle to get at them. Caustic is efficient even with his ultimate and isn't a bad choice, especially with his 15% less damage received buff, but WATTSON's ultimate is for more than just destroying incoming grenades. Imagine this, it's endgame, the circle is extremely small, there are 5 teams left. Gibraltar and Bangalore both throw their ultimates down from their team, which will affect all the teams inside that circle, including yours. If you're able to place down WATTSON's ultimate before the missiles fall from the sky, it will actually destroy all of them inside the radius that it has. Even in a normal fight, if you're pinned down, you're behind a rock, you need to heal, WATTSON's ultimate will actually heal your shield and block any incoming grenades, ultimates from Gibby, Bangalore, and even Caustic. It's extremely useful in a multitude of situations, and she's definitely worth running if you are confident with her and efficient as well. Being able to use Pathfinder to get high ground, then WATTSON to set up fences, while also using her ultimate is monumental endgame and will decide who ends up on top. The next tip I have is to take your time. This is something I really can't stress enough, as you have the entire season to reach Apex Predator. If you and your team is getting irritated or just not performing your best, take a break. Nobody performs 100% of the time 24/7, and even when you try your hardest and you're at your peak performance, sometimes RNG takes over and your team could be dominating and you guys will just die top 10 or even before that. Shit happens and it's just part of the game. You just gotta keep your spirits up and understand there are better players out there and that you won't always win every gunfight. That's why you have your team to help support you even in the toughest of times. It's also important to point out any mistakes, as they will help clarify what needs to be worked on or to change up your play style. And that goes for teammates as well. And in this time, make sure you are taking a break. It could be 10 minutes, 5 minutes to get your thoughts in order, or just 30 minutes to an hour to go do something else around the house or on your phone. It really just does not matter at all. Just make sure that when you come back to sit your ass down in front of the game, you are ready and serious about this. Because with how the human mind works, finishing and completing or even coming extremely close to a goal is the best feeling in the world, especially just to say that you did it. The last and final tip is kind of cliche and corny, but it's to have fun. And I'm serious when I say this, because if you aren't having fun, there's not a point of playing ranked. Maybe you just don't like the extremity of it, or it's just too fast paced. This game is not for every single person that plays it, and it's extremely challenging in some moments. The purpose of having fun is to accomplish something and enjoy doing it. It's the same thing when people say to find a job that makes money, but also, most importantly, that you have fun doing it, because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. In this case, it's with a video game. You won't be doing it the rest of your life, but you should pick a game that will make your mind twist and turn and challenge you, but to a point where you still enjoy the game and love playing it. If you're not happy with it, just play casual, and if you don't like that even, maybe move on to another game. This game might not be for you, and that is absolutely okay. There are so many free-to-play Battle Royale games, the list goes on, and I'm sure that you'll find one that suits your needs. Thank you all so much for making it through the video. Don't just leave yet, because I will be answering any comments, questions, or concerns that you may have down below, so feel free to say hi or ask for help, because I'm here for each and every single one of you to reach Apex Predator. If you need me to go into more depth on something, let me know as well. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, and comment down below any additional tips you may have to help people out. And of course, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more awesome videos just like this, because I've been Sync Gamer. I'll see you all next time. Peace.